What's the most compelling storyline entering the NBA playoffs in your estimation, sir? What do you have?
Oh, I mean, there are many to choose from. Are the Celtics as great as their dominant regular season record, 64 wins? Are the Denver Nuggets capable of repeating, given all the parity? And then, of course, there's just the parity thing. Like, there's just a lot of parity. There's a boatload of 50-win teams in the West. Everybody all the way down through. I mean, you could even say down through the Warriors at the 10 spot, who are in a play-in game tonight, believe that they probably have a shot at a deep playoff run, and certainly the Lakers, who went from play-in to Western Conference Finals last year, are aiming to repeat that and believe they can, and I think finish strong enough to make the case that they can. But we'll see. They're eighth and will be playing in a play-in game of their own today. So it's just a really interesting field because the Nuggets are the obvious favorite as defending champs and have had a solid enough season that you expect them to be right there. But there's just a lot of teams that can make the case for themselves, right? Timberwolves and Thunder with breakthrough seasons, young teams that we really haven't seen prove themselves. The Clippers are finally healthy-ish, I think, and have the talent to make a deep run. And then just the fact that you've got, teams like this, whether it's the Suns, the Lakers, the Warriors, the Clippers, we have these older stars, Rich, who the window is getting really thin for them to make another mark in the postseason. And so you kind of wonder, too, when is the last chance that Durant, LeBron, Steph might have? And maybe this is it.
And let's just pull on the Warriors strand a little bit, obviously, because they play tonight and they do involve some big names in this mix right here, Howard Beck. So you're saying, and rightfully so, Warriors think they can go on a nice run with a win tonight and see how things go. If they lose tonight, which is entirely possible, what happens when they look in the mirror? What happens next if that is what is at stake this evening against Sacramento, Howard?
So, last year, the first strand of that Warriors dynasty kind of peeled away with Bob Myers leaving the organization as the architect of the show. But you still had, of course, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Steve Kerr. Kerr has signed on for another couple of years to extend himself to match Steph Curry's contract. Draymond's under contract. Clay, of course, is a free agent. And by all indications, Clay still wants to be there and the Warriors still want to have him there. But, there's going to have to be a negotiation and there will be teams out there that might want to throw some money at him. And Clay's had a pretty great season, all things considered. And it was a little wonky at times, but he finished pretty strong. And my suspicion, Rich, is that the Warriors will look very familiar at their core on opening night next year, regardless of how tonight goes and the next several weeks go, that we'll see that core still together. But have they seen enough from Jonathan Kuminga, from Podziemski, from Trace Jackson Davis? Do they have enough in that youth to feel like, well, we can just kind of keep this together and, we'll straddle the line here and the young guys will come through and we'll be right back in it? Or should they? I mean, this feels like, the same theme every year. Do they need to package some of the youth and or picks and get some immediate help? Is there any help out there available? That's always a question. And I'll just make this point too with the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins was absolutely phenomenal the year that they won the championship just 2 years ago. And for all of the consternation over Draymond, reasonable consternation, for all the consternation over their age at their core, all of which is valid. If Andrew Wiggins were just still the Andrew Wiggins of a couple of years ago, the Warriors might be in a very different place right now. And that's another factor the Warriors have to consider in the offseason.
Howard Beck from The Ringer here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.